visualization, Censorship in Iran, is a visualization of a very large data set. It's a data set of 700 plus people, of journalists, of bloggers, of social media activists, and those are all people that have been harassed, detained, jailed, exiled, and also in some cases executed by the state for their work. We did want to have an easy to understand visualization that conveys also emotion. So on the one hand, we wanted to show the overwhelming amount of people in the data set, which is these 700 plus people. And on the other hand, we also wanted to show the individual fates, the individual personalities, the unique personalities of the people in the data set. In the data set, we have quite a lot of metadata about these persons that we can track in the data set. So there is, for instance, their status, or are they in jail, are they in exile, and so on. And there is also, of course, their gender, there is their biography, there is also the region where they live in, and a lot more. And we wanted to at least partly visualize these categorical variables, this metadata. And the rosettes offered a very good opportunity to do so, because we can create multiple rosettes. For example, we can create one rosette by every status of one of the people in our data set. So for example, you can have a rosette for all the journalists, you can have a rosette for all the social media activists and so on. And in addition to that, you could also color the different tiles, so you can have a breakdown within the rosettes by another variable. So for example, you could slice the data by investigating institution and then add the coloring based on the status of each of the journalists, for example. The visualization basically has two goals. One, it should show the large number of people that are in the data set, so it really should give the viewer a sense that there are so many people in this data set. And the second goal was to also convey emotion, to bind the user, to bind the viewer of the visualization to the persons in the data set. We achieved this by first showing a very global view where you have the rosettes, for example. Then you really see, okay, this is a lot of tiles, this is a large number of people that are in the data set. And you can also a little bit break down the data by coloring the rosettes, for example, to get a sense, okay, how many journalists are there, how many social media activists, and so on. But then, of course, it's very hard to convey emotions, and it's very hard to get the user involved to the work these people do. And for that, we first designed a hover state, so you can hover over each of these tiles, and then you already get a short biography and also the name of the person in question. And when you then finally click on the tiles, all the other tiles will just be thrown away across your screen, and a profile of the person you clicked on appears, and then you are really able to read the biography and to really see the personal, the unique fate of this person. The design of the visualization is completely inspired by Persian architecture. So when you look at different buildings, also historical buildings in the Persian area, in Iran, you see a lot of rosettes and nice geometrical shapes. And I was very excited by the rosettes, basically, because I thought each of the tiles of these rosettes could be one person in the data set. And this is exactly how we visualized it in the end. So we have this one big rosette where every of its 700 plus tiles is actually one person in the data set.